Now, last week on cross-examination and on direct, you testified that YSL is not a gang, correct?
And it still ain't a gang.
And you testified that it was a music label, correct?
Well, that's the purpose of it.
Okay. And it's a music label that you were never signed to, correct?
Clearly.
Okay. And you never done any songs with Thug, correct?
I haven't.
All right. Now, on cross-examination, do you remember Mrs. Steele playing a portion of the On the Porch video?
Off the porch.
Off the porch, excuse me, thank you for correcting me. The Off the Porch video with you?
Yes.
And that was Defense Exhibit JW246 for the record. Now, that's a blog for up-and-coming artists, correct?
Yes.
And you talk about music?
Yes.
Right. And you talk about life growing up, correct?
I think so.
Now, the portion that Mr. Steele played, was that was the portion when you called yourself a gangster and said that you would slap people in the face if they tried you or something like that. Do you recall him playing that portion of the clip for you?
Yes.
But that was not the entirety of that interview. Is that fair?
No.
Okay. I want to play for you a few portions, okay?
Put the headphones on?
Yes, please. I'm going to first start playing Defense Exhibit JW246, starting at 00 and ending at 007.
Yeah, they Lil Woody freehand entertainment. Just jumped out of the pool with Dirty Glove Best. Slap YSL for life.
Now, there you said slap YSL for life, correct?
Yes.
And again, you were never signed to YSL, the label, right?
Not.
Okay. And slap means slime, love, all the time, correct?
Slap means slap.
Slime, love, all the time?
I guess.
All right. Now I want to play JW246 at 9:15 to 9:47.
Yeah. And you dropped a music video for that song too. Was that your first music video you shot?
Yeah, first one ever.
Yeah. How'd you think that turned out?
It was fun. It turned out great. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like it. Still watch it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you rep YS. And you dropped a music video for that song too. Was that your first music video you shot?
Yeah, first one ever.
Yeah. How'd you think that turned out?
It was fun. It turned out great. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah. I like it. Still watch it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you rep YSL a lot in your music.
Gang.
How far back does your relationship with them go?
Yeah, still.
When he said rep, he asked you if you rep YSL in your music. You said gang, correct?
No, I said game.
Why would you say gang?
Game, like I wanted to be a part of YSL. I wanted, like, on the papers, I wanted to be a YSL artist.
This interview was done in 2020, correct?
One of them years.
Okay. Is it fair to say this is after you got out the feds, correct?
Yes, yes.
All right. And at this point, you had known Thug for a number of years, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it was fair to say at some point in time y'all were friends.
Yes.
Okay. And even at this point, you still were not signed to YSL, the label, correct?
But me and him spoken about it.
Okay.
And he just told me I had to convince him that this is what I really wanted to do.
And you still aren't signed to the label, correct?
I had went back to jail.
All right. I'm going to play the last section, which is 2010 to 2040.
Other than that, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, any last words or shout outs before we get you out of here?
You know, shout out to the game. YSL for life. You know what I mean? Shout out my nigga Munt, Ralph, you know, Threat. You know what I mean? For the ops. You know what I mean?
You said shout out to the gang, YSL, some other people, threat, and then fuck the ops.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the ops?
The ops.
The ops of another record label?
No, my ops. Fuck them.
All right. But this is after you talked about shout out to the gang, YSL, correct?
I said shout out to the gang. Then I said YSL. I said fuck the ops.
When you said shout out to the gang, YSL, you're not talking about the music label, correct?
Which, can you say that again?
You're not talking about the music label, correct?
I don't get what you're asking.
When you said shout out to the gang, YSL, you're not talking about the music label, correct?
I'm pretty sure I know you're not you're not in the streets, but you keep sticking on this gang stuff, and I don't know how much it's gonna take to convince you that when you're a gang, you can't be 2-3 different gangs or sets of members. Like, again, you can't be YSL, the gang in your voice, and be a blood. Because let's say if YSL is a gang and YSL get into it with blood gang members, you got to pick. So what you gonna do? You're blood or you YSL? It don't make sense. And if you're a blood's not gonna let you be YSL. If it's a gang, just like with Crips or just like anything else.
But you gave up being a blood, correct?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So when it said YSL for life, gang, that's who you rep now.
No,
correct?
I said, no, I always been 30 deep when I was a gang member. But 30 deep is not a gang, you know what I mean? It's just my neighborhood. A gang in Atlanta is Bloods, Crips, GDs, or whatever. And let me correct that. To certain people, it's not a gang to them, but y'all trying to say YSL when you know, Atlanta, we monkey see, monkey do. We see people doing something, we want to be a part of it. We want to represent it. We want to say it. If you see that most of these people in the courtrooms don't got no ties to me, I never seen them before. So you can't say it's a gang. A gang, everybody know who he is. Everybody, we rock together. A lot of these guys, we don't did stuff to each other.
And it's in the same video where you called yourself a gangster, correct? That's the portion that Mr. Steele paid for you last week, right?
It's entertainment.
All right. Now, on cross-examination, Mr. Steele played for you a portion of that jail call with you, Max, Thug, and Deshaun. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And do you remember the portion of the call that he played for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I remember some of it.
All right. I'm going to show you. It's going to be stationed at 405Y.
I got to listen to it.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'd like to go through a jail call that the state played for you, Ms. Hylton played for you earlier this week. It's, Your Honor, it's already in evidence. It's State's Exhibit number 295Y. And specifically, Your Honor, starts at 128. And just to orient the jurors, this should be the 13th day of June of 2015. So 13th day of June 2015. And I believe you said that you're on the phone, and there's other people on the phone too, but Jeffrey's sister, you identified her, or she'd been identified as Max. And then Jeffrey in the background, maybe his voice on the phone, is on the call. I'd like to just play that short snippet, okay?
I can't hear nothing.
I don't think it's playing.
Hello. Wait. What's up, Woody? Yeah. Lil John, yeah, he got fun. John. Yeah. How much the money? 15,000. But I go to a bond, kind of bond come about 15. You found the bond company? I'm on lockdown, so they don't let me out one time a day. But my brother there did. You just when he hang up, click on call his brother, and I'm sure his brother so he give you money. If your brother don't, no, I'm saying call his brother on sign it. Yeah, Deshaun, where you at? I'm at home. You ain't got no ride. I could get your brother friend. Meet me on University. On University where? That gas station you already. You know what that gas station at Chevron. Meet me at Chevron. Hey man. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right. What did he do? I'm gonna say too much. He told what you come out rock. Yeah. You told on Roscoe too. You say don't fucking play, bro. You told on Roscoe. You told on Roscoe just like he Roscoe ain't no fucking good. You don't give a fuck. Roscoe ain't free. Hey, D-Shot come up and come meet you so you get your money. Go pay Woody Bond so you can get out, bro. And when you get out, Woody, I can have him talk to you. I really feel some type of way. I'm gonna talk to you about it when you get out. Man, listen, man, I'm done this shit. I ain't playing with you. I ain't fucking playing with you either. God's first birthday on the way. What's wrong with you? Yeah. I appreciate it. Tell you, but I love him. He hear you? You gotta get this motherfucker mind, bro. He said you gotta get your mind together, bro, like you did say. Man, bro, I've been left out there. I ain't had nobody, bro. I just feel like nigga left me out there. I ain't did shit. You ain't left out there alone. You just want to be out there president. Bro, we ain't fucked up no more. You ain't got to be out there for Kenneth. Shit, I had no choice. That was gonna get you time.
That's it.
Yes. And that is where Mr. Steele ended the call. Do you remember that from last week?
Yes, that was last week.
Okay. Now, a few things. Do you recall last week Mr. Steele asking you when you all were talking about Little D? Do you remember him asking you if Thug said anything when you all were talking about Little D? Do you remember him asking you that?
Shit. I don't know when brought the D name up.
Okay. Do you remember Mr. Steele asking you, though, specifically, if you heard Thug say anything when you mentioned Little D on that phone call?
I don't get what you're asking me.
Sure. Last week, after Mr. Steele played that call for you,
Yes.
do you remember him asking you some questions after he played that call for you?
Yes.
And do you remember him asking you whether or not Thug said anything after you talked about Little D in that jail call?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember your response being no, Thug did not say anything?
He didn't. I didn't hear him say anything.
Is that not Thug who says Little D, that pussy ass told?
Oh, you gotta play it again. I didn't hear that.
All right, I'd like to go through
You playing the whole thing, go?
a jail call. It should be the 13th day of June. Other people on the phone too, but Jeff's on the phone. It's on the
Can I speak?
After
I can't hear that.
I don't think it's playing.
Hello. Wait. Actually, I know you got Woody.
Yeah.
What's up, Woody? Yeah. Look, John, yeah, he got it for us. John. Yeah. How much the money is?
15,000, but I go to a bond, kind of bond come about 15.
You found the button company?
I'm on lockdown, so they only let me out one time a day. But my brother there did.
You just when he hang up, the police gonna call his brother and I'm so his brother so he get his money. Is your brother gonna? No, I'm saying call his brother gonna sign it. Yeah, Deshaun, where you at? I'm at home. You ain't got no ride. I can get your brother Friday. Meet me on University. On University what? That gas station you already. You know where that gas station at Chevron. Meet me at Chevron.
Hey, man.
Okay. Yeah.
You ain't right.
What did he do?
I'm gonna take some money, bro.
Be told what that is. Well,
You come out rock.
Yeah.
You told him rock.
did you hear we said D told pussy ass?
Probably, yeah, I heard it.
Okay. Is that not Thug who said that?
I can't say for 100% if that was him or somebody else. I can't say, but I heard it.
Okay. Now,
But me going to jail was for a gun that he bought for me. So throughout the interviews, you'll see that they just be me breaking my mojo. I mean, Lil D name was never brought up for me to say he ain't right. That's proof of me lying, and I'm pointing it out to you.